What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here, and this is kind of just like a mess around video, and I was thinking about how to make a faster Hall of Water B10 team, and basically the ways to kill water fast is damage proportionate to max HP and dots, and then I was thinking that it's such a shame that Beretta and Spectra would be two guys that would be really good in Water B10 if they weren't fire monsters, because since they glance, they're not going to do any damage to the boss anyways, so they're kind of pointless. But then I thought I'll try and see if I can do a Water B10 team with a full fire team, and I'm pretty sure this is going to work. I imagine it's going to work at least. I haven't tried it yet, and so I'm trying it for my first time right now on camera. And so the first two stages are going to be really easy because there's a water golem, and then which is water, but then the other monsters are all element neutral. So these first stages are going to be very easy, and I won't have any problems in these first stages, I already know. But the boss, I imagine I'm not going to have any trouble with the boss, but it might take a while, because once you get to the boss, these guys are not going to do anything, or not going to do much, because Spectra's second skill isn't going to do damage to the boss because it's going to glance. Beretta's dots aren't going to land on the boss because they're going to glance, and Verd is going to glance on the boss, so we're not going to get attack bar. So, this team might not work, but I imagine it's going to work because it's Water B10, and I now am trying to find a way to make an all-fire Giants B10 team, because I think there's a way to get that to work, but I'm going to need a cleanser and a buff stripper, and this team doesn't have a cleanser or a buff stripper. Like, this is not a Giants team, obviously. It's all fire. There's no cleanser, no buff stripper, no defense buff. Well, there's glancing hit on the panda, I guess. But I just thought I would, I don't know, kind of like a fun video, and it's all attribute dungeon weekend. So I was kind of just messing around in the attribute dungeons, trying and see if I could get any new records for times. And I was able to get a record for new time in the fire, but I just beat my old time by like a second or two, and so that's nothing impressive or anything. But I don't know, I thought this was just kind of cool. You might end up seeing like all the well, not light and dark, but the fire and wind one on a video like this, like a wind with all water monsters and a fire with all wind monsters. And to an extent, I think the easiest one to do with like reverse elements would be the Hall of Water, the Hall of Fire with all wind, just because you would have access to stuff like Bernard and Chisoon and Shannon, and the Lucians aren't going to be great. I'm going to target the right crystal first, because that's going to give immunity, and it's just going to be a pain. So I'll just target right crystal, and then boss. Oh, I hope I don't have to target the left crystal, because that's going to disturb my HP recovery, which would make this a long process if I had to just kill that too. But as soon as I kill this right tower, then I'm going to target the boss, and then my Verd's going to stop critting, which is going to mean Verd is going to be next to useless once we do target the boss. And this tower's long gone now. And now basically we're going to see how long it's going to take for Beretta to land his dots and for Spectra to crit on his, because the big problem here is they're both going to crit, or they're both going to glance, which means the dots aren't going to land and the special assault's not going to crit. So I imagine, well, it looks like I'm still doing damage to the boss, because it's not a 100% chance to glance. It's just, I don't know what the chance is, but I'm getting a couple crits every there and then from Spectra, and Verd occasionally too. But even when I don't crit, I think I just saw that I hit 175,000 no crit, so it looks like I just do a lot of damage. Now Beretta's not getting any luck with the dots on the boss, but this team's definitely going to work, and it's actually not that slow either, considering it's Hall of Water. It's slow. I'm not going to be running this team all day every day, but it's not as slow as you would think. So, okay, it looks like Spectre just hit 120 on a crushing hit. I don't know. So 4 minutes, it's Water B10. That's kind of like an average, like for a starter team, like an average run. Um, yeah, that definitely worked. I was kind of expecting it to work. I definitely don't think it's going to work in Giants. And let me just try something a little different and put Hua in here. Maybe it'll go a little faster. Nah, should I put Hua in? Do I have any good friends monsters to use? That would be fun. Perna might be kind of fun to use. I imagine Hua is going to work. We'll just try it with Hua. We'll see what happens. Let me make sure this is the right Hua. It's the right Hua. Okay. Well, so I'll run this run, and then after this run, I'll show you guys the runes on all my monsters, and the skill ups will be shown in the process, I guess, of all the ones that I used. And without Beretta, these first stages might go slower. No, because I have Hua. Hua's just going to do damage to these guys. This is going to probably work out better, maybe even faster. If this team could finish it in like 3 minutes, then I would actually call this a decently fast run for a water beginner team. Because that was my biggest annoyance with this dungeon, is I can get sub 1 minute in Giants and Hall of Light, Hall of Dark, Hall of Fire, but I can't get it in Hall of Wind and Hall of Water, which is just kind of annoying, because Hall of Wind is actually my slowest run, because I have to kill a crystal first, so it's just a pain. But Hall of Water was just annoying because I don't have any HP scaling, like max HP of the enemy scaling units, because I only have Sig, whose skill is only reusable every 4 turns, and then I have Spectra, who's reusable in 3 turns, but he glances, so that's just like, I don't know, I feel like there's no insanely quick way to kill the boss. And then like these crystals on this stage are still pretty tanky, so like my Lucians can't always one-shot them. And I think, if I remember right. But so like Hall of Light was way easier for me because you just bring Ignore Defense and Lucian, double Lucian, and it's a fast run after a double Lucian. But then with Water, it's like you kind of have to like build specific units because there's not a lot of good monsters that have max HP scaling damage. So I'm targeting the right crystal again, and there's no way this red crystal is going to get a turn off because I have a Hua in here now, and the right crystal didn't even move when I had Beretta, so there's no way it's going to move with Hua. Actually, it's looking like it's getting kind of close. It's getting like halfway. I don't think it's going to get to move though. And I'm killing it decently quick. But we're back to what I was saying with the whole, like, there's no good monsters I have for this dungeon. I was even getting to the point of considering building the Dark Imp Champion just to try and improve my speed on this, because the Dark Imp Champion does a dot on his first skill, I'm pretty sure, 5 dots on his third skill, and then his second skill does damage based on the enemy's max HP. But my fear is I think he's probably not going to do any damage on his skill that does damage on the max HP, and then his third skill that does dots attacks random enemies, if I remember. So there's a chance that not one of the dots is going to land on the boss, and they'll all land in other places. And this Hua definitely works. It's definitely faster with Hua than Beretta. So if you guys were just, I don't know, if you happen to have these monsters, because these are all super common, and if you don't have Verd, you could just put Beretta in for Verd. And see, there's 3 minutes. So I would say this might, a lot of you like beginning game players, this team might actually be faster than your team. So I don't know, maybe it's something you might want to try out just for fun. This is not a real team. I'm not recommending this. But I'll show you guys the runes really quick and the skill ups. Here's my Colleen stats, and it's on a Violent Broken. I'll just go through the runes really quick. Pause it if you want to. I have HP, Defense, and Accuracy. Here's my Spectra. Those are the stats and the skill ups. On HP, there's that rune with Speed, Crit Rate, and HP. I'm hoping to sometime soon be able to change this rune into a crit damage rune, but I'm going to need some more crit rate subs to do that. But I'm working on it. Here's the Hall I was using on Swift Focus. With that, attack, crit rate, attack. I'm also hoping to move this to crit damage, but I don't even have 100 crit rate yet on my Hua, so that's far away from happening. Here's the Panda. It's on Despair Energy. I don't really like him on Despair. I was trying him on Despair because his second skill makes it so he can revenge all the time, counterattack. But so I was thinking maybe it'd be good with Despair, but I don't like it with Despair. And speed, HP, and defense. And then what else? Here's my Verd. These are the stats, and then the skill ups with that, speed, crit rate, and HP. And then there's one other monster I was using earlier, Beretta. Here's my Beretta runes. It's also on Despair with speed, HP, and HP. So that's really all I have for this. Okay, let me restart that. That's all I have for this video today, guys. If there's any other videos you want to see in the comments, please tell me in the comments. Okay, I said that bad. If there's any other videos you want to see, please tell me in the comments. As well as if you can think of a good fire monster that can strip or can cleanse, that's not Velajewel, because Velajewel does both of those, but I don't have Velajewel, then tell me in the comments, and I'm going to try and make an all-fire team that can beat Giants B10. But that's all I have for today's video, guys. I mean, the best year today's be the worst year tomorrow's.